Hey guys, welcome back to the third and final game between Louna and Ebola. This is for Pokemon Perfect's RBY tournament. This is the top 8, and the winner in this game will be in the semifinals. The loser will be out. Louna has been very impressive so far and has had two very tight games against one of the best RBYs in the world in Ebola. Can he do it one more time? Can he pull off the upset? Or will tournament favorite Ebola claim his rightful place in the semifinals and beyond? Let's find out. Louna on the bottom. Got the Zam lead. Ebola has the Jinx lead. Chansey coming down, trying to take a Thunder Wave. Poof, there it is, Thunder Wave. Chansey's parried. Standard opening so far, Psychic and Ice Beam respectively. 18%, no big deal, but there's always the risk of the freeze. Full para comes down here as we find ourselves in the Chansey mirror match, but now Zam comes back. And Chansey simply goes soft boiled, just in case. Psychic 18%, finds a Specs drop. Ice Beam on the Zam, 12%. The damage is negligible. It's all about fishing for the freeze. Psychic crits. And Chansey all over it. There's a soft boiled. Very safe, very healthy. And recover for Zam now, just in case. Full para for Chansey. No harm, no foul. Psychic. Another crit, 35%. And T-Wave for the para. So now Zam is also paralyzed and therefore, of course, immune to being frozen. Conservative soft-boiled for Ebola on the way in. We end up with Lax on Lax. Body Slam comes down, 26%. Body Slam misses due to the 1 in 256 glitch. Pretty lame, pretty unlucky. There's a Reflect and an Ice Beam, so another poke with Ice Beam. 3 of them, in fact. I mean, Jinx is going to have Blizzard, and then both Chansey and Lax have Ice Beam, so Ebola clearly fishing for a freeze with this team. See if he gets it. He's had quite a few opportunities so far, but it has not come. Body Slam there, 13%. Lax getting low for Ebola, and it's a matter of does he boom or does he rest? And the answer is the latter. He's going to go for rest. He's very safe here behind the Reflect. The opposing Lax not doing anything meaningful to him, and Lax feels very safe for Ebola to simply kill a sleep turn. That's exactly what he does, but he gets out of the way. Over prediction for Louna, attempting to get something with a Stun Spore. He simply finds the already paralyzed Chansey, who goes for an Ice Beam, can't get a freeze against something that's already paralyzed. Back to this 1v1 matchup, neither one a meaningful threat to the other. Lax comes in for Ebola. It has killed a sleep turn before. Full para for Zam. Here is Eggs. And Lax woke up, so he's going to be able to do his thing next turn. But he's going to get out of the way, not wanting to get hit with an involuntary sleep via the sleep powder. And there's Ice Beam for Ebola, who finds the freeze, finally. That is unfortunate for Louna, but I mean, when you attempt it over and over and over again, you will probably eventually find it. And freeze blows in Gen 1. For those of you who don't know, freeze is more or less permanent. Pokemon will never thaw on their own. Now, the reason that I say more or less permanent as opposed to permanent is because technically there is one way to get rid of it. It's really weird. Haze, actually, the move Haze in Gen 1, which is learned by very few things, in this gen, weirdly actually removes freeze. It thaws things out. So that's a little awkward. But none of these Pokemon have that, so for all intents and purposes in this game, that Pokemon is permanently frozen and will never ever thaw or be able to do anything other than be fodder ever again. And that is unfortunate. So obviously Ebola has the advantage since his opponent has a frozen Pokemon. He's got essentially a 6-5 lead here with the Lax more or less out of commission. We have the Chansey and the Alakazam going at it. There's a crit Psychic here. There's another crit Psychic here. Chansey needs to find Soft Boil, but critically, he's fully paralyzed at a bad time. Chansey now in danger. Lax comes in. Ironically, now Alakazam is paralyzed, so Chansey could have gotten the Soft Boiled off, but obviously he had no way of knowing that at the time. and Ebola finds para on the eggs on the way in. Chansey sneaking in here, trying to come in on a stun spore, a sleep powder, something like that. Instead, it is psychic. Chansey goes down, and we have a, air quotes, 6-5 game that is more or less a 5-5 game. Now it is literally a 5-5 game because the Lax gets foddered off here. Jinx with the critical hit on the Blizzard. Lax is gone, and we are back to equilibrium as two key members, the Lax and the Chansey, very important pokes, are out of the picture for these guys. Body slam coming down from the Lax of Ebola. 40% to Chansey. Another one here, 40% again. Louna gotta be careful unless he's very patiently waiting to bait out a counter here. And he would definitely get him. If he had counter, he could nail this Lax here. But he instead goes for Thunder Wave and is going to fish for full power, assuming he avoids the crit, which he does. There's Soft Boiled. He's just waiting for Ebola to not get his attack off. And he will do this as many times as he needs to. The full power should eventually come. And there it is. He now goes offensive and goes for Thunderbolt as opposed to another soft-boiled. Another full power comes down. Chansey playing this aggressively. Gonna crit Thunderbolt now for 37%. Another unlucky full power for Ebola here. And a third critical hit with the Thunderbolt. An unlucky sequence for Ebola, who catches multiple full powers, multiple crits, and loses his Lax that he otherwise would not have lost. He could have gotten that rest off and been fine. But that's going to work out pretty nicely for Louna, who takes a lead here. Rhydon comes in. Thunder Wave blanking him. Rock Slide, 33%. Eggs needs to be careful now, but Rhydon obviously has to be careful about Mega Drain or a status move. That does not come down. It is a Sleep Powder on the Starmie instead. It's going to kill a Sleep Turn here as Chansey comes in. We know this Chansey has Thunderbolt. Ebola gets out of the way accordingly. Good prediction for Louna. Goes straight for Thunder Wave as opposed to Thunderbolt, catching the Jinx in doing so. And the Jinx gets a Blizzard off anyway and nails the Zam, who's in danger at 29%. Psychic comes down on Rhydon, takes a lot of damage, but he survives. He's faster thanks to Para on Zam. Dangerous offensive threat here. Goes Earthquake. Hits Executor here. Body Slam to guarantee that he kills instead of doing the whole damage roll thing with EQ. We've got ourselves a 4-4. 2 pokes hidden for Louna. One's going to be a bull. And 1 poke, a bull, hidden for Ebola. Rhydon on Alakazam once again. Recover coming down, but Rhydon very threatening in this matchup. Chansey comes in to try her luck instead. She gets nailed with a 54% Earthquake. She's going to go soft-boiled here. And it's Earthquake again. Has to be very careful about a critical hit. Switches it up, goes Ice Beam. And that is going to be a knockout on the Rhydon. That's going to leave Ebola with 3 pokes. Here's the Bull. That's going to quickly get the revenge kill. And we've got ourselves a 3-3. Louna shows a new poke at this point, Zapdos, which very handily, Rhydon has already been knocked out, so Zapdos can run wild here. You would think on paper that Ebola should win this game. He got a freeze and his opponent did not, and he's got Rhydon against Zapdos, which matchup-wise is exactly where you want to be. And yet, the outcome of this game is still very much in doubt and can absolutely still go either way. Full power on Zam after a Blizzard. Recover and Blizzard again. Critical hit Blizzard, that is. Zam down to 31%. Tauros comes in. Recover. And now Hyper Beam landing a critical hit. Ebola takes the lead in this crucial late game, Game 3 situation. Ebola looking to assert his dominance here and clean things up. Zapdos here, very dangerous in this current game state. Drill Peck, full para. Ebola has had quite a few poorly timed and relevant full paras in this game. And that's going to bring us to a 2-2 situation. Tauros comes down. Zapdos is faster? Why is Zapdos faster? Zapdos is not supposed to be faster. I'm not sure what just happened there. But Thunder Wave and Blizzard came down. Body Slam crits the Tauros in the Ditto. Hyper Beam fishing for the crit. Doesn't find it, but unluckily Ebola's going to miss. He'll have another opportunity though And man, Ebola on the bad end of the RNG. He had two opportunities there to finish the opposing Tauros with the Hyper Beam and could not convert on either one. He misses his Hyper Beam, and then the second one, full para, kicks in yet again. Body slam from Louna is going to finish it off, and in a big upset, Louna is going to eliminate Ebola. He is going to have to finish for a top 8 finish. Louna is on to our semifinals. 3 solid games of RBY here. All 3 of these games were close. These guys looked pretty evenly matched, which is always great to see. And I'm super looking forward to seeing how far Louna can go in this tour. Has looked really impressive so far, holding his own against one of the best RBYs in the world. Ebola is going to have to settle for a top 8. I am sure we will see him in a future tour. I'm sure he'll find a way to qualify for our RBY Championship tournament at the end of the year. But right now, he is going to be out. The winner by a count of 2-1 is Louna. Alrighty guys, thumbs up if you liked the video, and if you want to get involved with Pokemon Perfect stuff, check out the links in the description. We have tournaments 1 through 5 all the time. You guys should absolutely get involved. Join our site, join our tours, join our Discord. We would love to have you guys. Pokemon Perfect is the place to play old gens 1 through 5, so come on and play with us. Thanks for checking it out, guys. I'll be back soon with more content.